r/NoStupidQuestions. Forest Biz at right square bracket 1 says, are teenagers supposed to know how to help around the house and then do it voluntarily? I recently read a story online of a hetero couple where both partners work full-time, but the wife does most of the household work. The husband is then like, if you told me what to do, or write me a list I would help more, but the wife's argument was it is your household too. You are supposed to know when certain things need to be done. Telling you what to do, or writing a list adds to the mental load for me. This really reminded me of my teenage years, because my mom used the same argument when she was upset that I didn't help unsolicited. She never assigned any chores, or made a plan or anything. When I was around 10 to 12 years old she introduced me to some stuff, for instance, easy ironing tasks, or ask me to turn on the washing machine, or unload the dishwasher, but later she expected me to help on my own accord, and then harshly criticize me for not doing that. So I got yelled at for not taking out the trash, although I was never told to do that. Was she right in her criticism and her expectations, or is it different for teenage girls than for adult men? Percentage maximum 457 says, parents should show their kids how to keep their homes clean and scale chores appropriately. At some point, it should become automatic for the teenager. Failing to do so is how we get Mr. I need a list. Riyadh Incident 7 says, you want ants? Cause this is how you get ants. Satire Red Want Quit says, then you get to teach the kid about pest control. It's never ending. Preparing Toady says, it is different. Parents should be working together to maintain the household. There's a commitment involved, and each partner should have responsibilities. But each parent has their own threshold, so one partner might think a chore needs to be done, and the other partner might think it's fine to wait. There's no single solution to this, besides communication and teamwork. Kids, on the other hand, have made no such commitment, but they need to be taught how to be responsible, healthy, contributing members of society. I think if I had to do it again, I'd try to encourage my kids, when they were young, to do things with me, making it clear that we were helping one another. As teens, I'd ask them to help, but not demand it, although I'm sure that I'd adjust other privileges for them accordingly. r/NoStupidQuestions. Doesn't matter 69,420 says, why do dudes love digging holes at beaches? I did it last year on vacation. I started then. My brother joined, then 3 other friends. A few hours later we had almost made a canal, for Christ's sake. McTonan 96 says, we are at the beach. That's what you do at the beach, unless you're in the sea. Hey Danger 3 says, because it's fun. I highly recommend bringing a shovel, because more hole equals more fun. Throw Alpaca says, every hole is a goal. Men have something for holes. Acceptable Lady 99 says, it's not a dude thing. Digging is fun in general. Sclarine 824 says, it's fun, it's engaging, and it doesn't hurt anybody. We are simple beings at the end of the day. Mesmaker 523 says, they gotta stick their dick in something. Burpayoshi says, what else are you supposed to do? Lie in the sun and get cancer? Eastroom 8717 says, the real question is why don't ladies like digging holes at beaches? OK Fun 2781 says, all good answers everyone, you all pass. r/NoStupidQuestions. Maggie Iggy says, do flat earthers think that other planets are flat? Baz Monkey says, it varies because there isn't really a single flat earth theory that's been fully thought out. They're all about trusting what you can observe and being skeptical of anything you can't verify yourself. how far one takes, that is what varies. So you'll see some that think the planets are round because they can be observed to rotate by a layperson with a cheap telescope. They are clearly spinning balls of something. But you'll see others that think the cosmos is just a dome of lights and disks surrounding our flat planet because that's what they've observed and they can't 100% assert anything beyond that. Susie Spence says, do flat earthers think? No. Mr. Grog says, not that it answers the question, but just because I can never resist telling this joke when this subject arises, the earth is obviously flat. 71% of its surface is covered with water, and almost none of it is carbonated. Bad Crow says, from what I understand many of them don't believe other planets exist. Lord Derpington says, obviously it varies, but there's a famous post by the Flat Earth Society where they said unlike Earth, Mars has been observed to be round. McCoy Boggs says, some flat earther told me they think Earth is a realm and the observable planets are different. Rain says, today's theory, Earth is round, but the universe is flat. Mabry says, flat earthers aren't 100% agreed on whether other planets even exist. r/NoStupidQuestions. Brady 568 says, why is there a line down the middle of guys' balls? Sorta like a stitch scar? I've always wondered what's the biological reason behind this. Kitchen Sink 108 says, fetal development is weird. For one thing, you start developing as a female, and then at some point, for males, your body decides okay, it's boy time now, which is why male nipples exist. You also get parts that grow in specific ways that are not the end goal. In this case, I'm pretty sure the scrotum starts off as two separate parts that get fused later in development, causing essentially yes a stitch/scar. Frangable Red says, yes, the same tissue grows into either a vulva or a scrotum. Jitstimberlin says, to add on/clarify, the stuff inside becomes either ovaries or testes. The outer wrapping becomes either vulva or scrotum. Dejisham says, balls and vulva have a common ancestor, as it were. Mr. Mide 77 says, it's where our conch world been. Impossible Piccolo 316 says, it's unsettling when you say it. OK Ground says, at one point your balls were stitched toter in the womb. That's the reason you have some scars since your birth. Skyamachus says, you have a seam up the middle of pretty much everything. Your abdominal muscles are joined vertically in the middle by the linea blanca. Your face was originally a big raggedy looking hole till everything met up. That's why some folks have a cleft palate, imperfect knitting together of the bones and cartilaginous structures of the face. Initially all babies develop as rudimentarily female, but various factors like intrauterine hormones will prompt development as male or female, or all kinds of combinations thereof. Biological sex is a bimodal distribution, not a binary. A guy's ballsack would have been her labia if she'd developed as female. His peen would have been her clit. The testes start out inside the body and descend into the scrotum. In some cases they stay put and might need medical intervention to help descend. r/NoStupidQuestions. Mundan Alikul says, how dangerous would it be to light a single duraflame log in our fireplace that hasn't been used in years? We bought this house back in September. We love it, but had to shell out a lot money. So getting the fireplace inspected and cleaned is on the list, but we're trying to rebuild savings while also now having a mortgage and ongoing expenses, so it hasn't been a priority. The previous homeowners say they had not used the fireplace in several years. The freeze has reached my city and I'd love to sit on my couch with the fireplace going. You know, all the cozy feelings. We don't get a lot of very cold days here, so I was hoping to make the most of this. But I also don't want my house to burn down or something. So point will my house burn or something from one duraflame log? Goober-faced says, if you have not yet had your chimney inspected, I would not. If there is an issue, you could have smoke in your home, and smoke remediation costs a whole lot more than one chimney inspection. Never mind chimney fires. The previous homeowners say they had not used the fireplace in several years. That's a hard no. Mickey Flynn says, if the chimney is broken or blocked, it could burn your house down. So getting the fireplace inspected and cleaned is on the list. Then using that fireplace needs to stay on the list until you get the fireplace chimney inspected, serviced and cleaned. Beef Supreme says, put a few candles in the fireplace for ambience. They also have nice little LED firelights you can get. Don't put anything bigger in until you get the fireplace fully inspected. Yinsid7 says, an inspection and cleaning is worth it. You probably will be okay if it looks clear, but do you really want to take such a major risk? Also, FYI, you'll cool your house down quite a bit using a fireplace like that. You'll get some heat while it's burning, but most of it will be going up your chimney, and cold air has to enter your house to replace that. Then when it's dying down, you need to keep the flue open and the air will still be flowing with pretty much no heat. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.